Hi, this is Richard Roof, and welcome to this webinar on how to start flipping deals for fast cash. We think it's the easiest way to raise quick cash profits as a real estate investor. And on the line with me, I got Coach Courtney Jones. How you doing, Courtney?
I am doing excellent. I'm really excited about this. As you know, this is my favorite business model, so I'm excited to share it with everyone.
This is your, everybody knows I like to buy and hold. So I have done flips, but when you flip a deal, you're letting a lot of the other person make some money. And actually, I guess I'm a little greedy. I like to keep all the money. but not everybody has the resources that I have, to close on every deal. And so this is going to be a great opportunity for folks who want to raise some cash and want to avoid a lot of the hassles of owning real estate or closing deals. And I'm pretty excited about it as well. And I'm glad you're joining me, Courtney, because you are an expert on this, and so are the coaches on our staff. And I look forward to sharing this with everybody. So let's go ahead and get started.
Great.
What would be the purpose of this, of flipping, doing wholesale flips or flipping contracts? That's what we call it, right, Courtney? Flipping?
Yeah, or just wholesaling. I mean, some people, I just call it wholesaling, but you're just flipping a contract essentially. Yeah,
essentially. So you're basically finding a deal, getting it under contract, and then selling out your position without closing on the deal yourself, right?
Right. It's how to get paid for being a really good marketer, and then basically networking with buyers and giving them the deals that they're looking for.
Right. So the purpose is actually to collect upfront cash profit of between $3,000 and $20,000 each or more. And with just using your part-time efforts, and I know a lot of people don't have a lot of time unless they're doing this business, unless they're scheduling a specific amount of time each week to work this business. Some people are just doing it part-time, and this is certainly a part-time effort to close these type of deals each month, just following a simple plan, finding and flipping deals. Does that kind of sum it up as far
I think
as
so. Yeah.
wholesaling?
Yep,
Okay.
I think it's perfect. Yeah.
All right. And so what are the benefits of this? A lot of people understand wholesaling. In fact, a lot of people got started. You probably got started in wholesaling. I know I did.
Yep.
Most people, when they get involved in creative real estate as a real estate investor, that they get started because this does provide quick cash. It doesn't require a lot of experience. In fact, it requires little or no experience. And then it's easy to get started, so a lot of people get started that way. In fact, a lot of people get started that way, and then they forget how easy and lucrative this model is, right, Courtney?
Yeah, true. They get into the lure of doing rehabs, and they kind of leave this part behind. But this one's way easier.
Yeah, rehabbing is another investment model, but that requires actually closing on the deal, buying the deal, funding the deal, dealing with contractors, raising the money to fix up the house, and then getting it on the market and selling it to usually either what we call a hotel buyer or a retail buyer. And that's a whole different model, rehabbing, right?
Yeah, and a whole lot more work.
Yeah. So if you're going to be flipping deals, you do want to be able to estimate repairs, which we'll talk about, but you don't want to be doing the repairs, okay? And that's a whole different ballgame. Estimating repairs and passing that on to a wholesale buyer, what you've discovered, versus actually dealing with contractors and doing the repairs and all that. It's completely different. So the benefits are, it's a simple game plan. You just need minimal tools to get started. You can learn as you earn, which is what I like, especially if you're new to the business. You can work from home, and then you can get help when ready. So it's pretty easy for people to get started in wholesaling, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, actually, we tell them after they watch one webinar of training, they really have a good enough knowledge base to be able to go out and get started.
That's right. And then, of course, this is going to allow you to create some extra cash pretty quickly to supplement your income, to pay off any credit cards or consumer debts that you have, build cash reserves. It's always nice to sleep better at night when you have 50 or 100 grand in cash reserves in the bank. Improve your lifestyle if that's important to you. Reinvest for growth. So again, this allows people to get started, and then once they got these paydays, these cash proceeds, you can take some of that money and so you can do more deals or get into other investing strategies. And then, of course, if you have this extra cash, you can avoid going into new debt. And you'll also be putting yourself in a position to hold properties. So I like to hold properties because the profits are usually between $50,000 and $100,000. But some of that, you might get 5, 10, 20 grand up front. Then you have some cash flow, usually not enough to make a difference. And then you got some cash later, which is basically wealth building and equity. And Courtney, you can't eat equity, can you?
No, it's not very tasty. You need cash for those groceries.
So I love buying and holding, but a lot of people are just not in a financial position to wait, 3 or 4 months to start, to get set up and running into a buy and hold model if they're new to it. So if you have investment strategies now, of course, if they're successful and they're working for you, you want to continue to do that. But this is something we suggest that you focus in on, put a little bit of effort into it each month, and we would like to get you on track to collecting, 5 or 10 grand extra each month with very minimal part-time efforts, and then maybe work you up to where you're doing 2 or 3 or 4 deals a month, which we know people are, these wholesale deals. So what this does is it solves a number of problems that people have. It helps you overcome and solve cash flow crunches. So you may not have cash flow crunches very often, but when you do, isn't this a great strategy to raise some quick cash, Courtney?
Every single time, yeah. I mean, it's perfect for whether it's something particular you're trying to buy, like I want to buy a new car, or I want to go on a vacation, or whatever, or it's just you see a cash crunch coming up in your business because of vacancies or whatever. It's a great way to be able to raise that quick cash.
Yeah, a lot of times going on vacation or buying a car isn't necessarily a problem. It might be something exciting to do, which of course you can raise the money to do that. In fact, I remember, I think it was either Paul McCartney or John Lennon said, hey, if I wanted a swimming pool, I just go write a song,
Right, exactly.
So if you want to go on vacation, don't go into debt on your credit card. Don't drain your bank account. Go out, flip the deal, and raise that money for your vacation next month. Unexpected bills. So if you're in the real estate investing business, you might have some unexpected expenses come up, or other types of bills that come up. You can knock those out. Maybe you have too many bills right now. That would help solve that. Your time restraints. Most people have a job or a career. And there's a limit to how much money they can make each month. And this is a great way to supplement your income if you love your job or love your career and you don't want to do real estate full time. Because your job or career would have some limits on how much money you can make. And then financial arguments. Raising this type of money and getting it come consistently to help you financially can help reduce some of the stress maybe within your relationships or your household, because I think one of the biggest reasons for divorce, people breaking up, is unfortunately around financial arguments. Would you agree, Courtney?
That's what I hear.
That's what I hear. Of course, we've been married a long time.
Yes, yes.
So we want to keep that. All right. Now, I think it's important to compare this with other money-making opportunities with real estate. So what I like about this, and I want to, you can jump in anytime, Courtney. I know I'm talking fast. I don't want to keep people on the line too long. But you can jump in anytime. But compared to other investing strategies, there's a lot less startup costs, because it really doesn't take much to get started in wholesaling. There's less time to get to your next deal compared to other investing strategies. There's less training and education because it's actually a pretty simple process, isn't it, Courtney?
Yeah.
People try to make it too complicated, and it's not.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly the problem. They complicate it too much because it is so simple, and it's just a matter of learning it and then doing it. You know.
That's right, and I do know that people, when they learn a simple process, it may be it's too good to be true, or they may have some unanswered questions that kind of paralyzes them, or they might have some fear because they don't know where to get the answers when they need it. What if something goes wrong? So we do have some ideas on how to help you overcome that. In fact, I think that's key to being successful in wholesaling is overcoming the fear, the procrastination, the lack of support. So we have ways to help you with that. Compared to other investing strategies, you don't have to raise the funding. Your buyer brings in the funding. They have the funding. We're going to be dealing with wholesalers and cash buyers, and we're not going to have to raise the funding to close the deals. Our buyers are going to close on our deals. You don't have to deal with contractors as far as managing them and putting up with them not keeping their promises and going over budget and all of the challenges that can drive you crazy dealing with contractors. Hey, if you're rehabbing houses, that's a very profitable model, but I actually don't do that because I don't like dealing with contractors. And then there's no managing of property. You know, if you're buying and holding, it's very easy to set up a management system, but a lot of people aren't prepared to do that, or for some reason have an adversity to that, and that's one of the benefits of this compared to other, like buy and hold strategies. So compared to other investing strategies, those are some of the top benefits, right?
That's correct.
All right. And then what I like about it, and I know what you like about it, it is simple. All you do is you locate the deals, and there's a number of ways to do that. You make offers, and of course you just need to know how to construct offers that your buyers will jump on, okay, and that you build in a spread for yourself so you can flip the deal. You do an agreement with the seller, and then you offer the deal to your wholesalers. And again, finding buyers is not hard. If you get a great deal under contract, Courtney, one of the easiest things to do is actually find someone who wants to take your deal, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you don't even have to have an existing list of people. I mean, if you advertise a $100,000 property for $60,000, you're going to get people that are going to come out looking for it, whether they're people who are willing to fix it up, that they want to move into it for their permanent home, or rehabbers, or just people that are investing in your area.
Right, and we'll share with you a lot of different ways to find these buyers, but I got to tell you, there are more buyers than great deals. So if we can help you become the expert on finding those deals and negotiating the deals and getting those deals, getting them flipped is the easier part of it. Of course, the better you get at working with your buyers and building a list and following up, you can actually have them compete and bid up the price and make more per deal than if you just had a couple people to work with. Okay, it's simple because you can let your cash buyer close on the deal. So there's a whole aspect of training and education and understanding that you don't have to be involved in, and then you collect your profits. So it's pretty much, is it that simple, Courtney? It looks too simple.
I know it does, right? Yeah, obviously there's things that go involved in it. You've got to talk to people and things like that. So there's some, there's a little bit more to it, but that's a great overview, and it really is simple.
Well, a lot of people that have done a wholesale deal when they maybe first got started might realize that it was this simple. They came across a deal, they didn't know how to fund it, so they put the word out and they flipped it. It was that easy, okay? Now, once you understand the basic, steps in doing wholesale deals, now you can systemize it and you can expand on it and you can make it a big part of your business. So it's that simple. You do that, and then you repeat, okay? And we'd love to help you do that. So how to get started in wholesaling. Okay, so I'm going to give you some resources, and then we're going to talk some more about, what to do in wholesaling, and how we can help you. If you go to richardroot.com/fastcash, we have just started a new coaching and support and training program to help you get started and close your first deal very quickly, and then get you on track to close deals on a regular basis. So go to richardgroup.com/fastcash, and you'll see, we'll talk about the program, but you'll see have all the information on the program. And as the program, right now it's kind of a special program for those that are listening to this webinar and joining us or watching any type of replay or video of this. You have a special opportunity to take advantage of what we're doing in the beginning, because what we're doing in the beginning is actually kind of to help build it over the next 6 months or so, and then later, you know, it won't be the same deal. So to get the best deal, you want to get in early. Go to richardgroup.com/fastcash. You can also call Dina at 1-800-557-3171, extension 109, if you have any questions. What we're going to be offering is our new monthly membership. We have several membership levels, very successful, from very low end to very high end, you know, unlimited coaching support, helping you every aspect of every step of the way on doing deals. This is a new membership program where we're just totally focused on helping you do wholesale deals, called Fast Track to Cash, and it's a monthly membership. And you can sign up for 1 month, get started, and leave, or as you see how much support you get, you'll probably want to stay on for the monthly support as you're doing deals. So you can go online and enroll, or you can call to enroll. Once you enroll, you'll have instant member access. You'll get started right away. And then it's a monthly membership. You can cancel anytime. There's no commitment. Okay? So what happens when you become one of our Fast Cash members? So it's very simple. It's as simple as this investing strategy. You know, it's in fact, we probably are trying to make it a little more complicated with all the support we're giving you than it needs to be, because it is as simple as we lay it out. But you do have to have the basics. You do have to have some checklists. You do need some tools, and I think you do need some support along the way so you don't, you know, sabotage yourself or give up, you know, before you do your first deal. And we do want you to get your first deal as quickly as possible, because isn't that a motivator, Courtney?
Yeah. I mean, obviously we can't guarantee how fast they're going to get them, but really the way we've laid the entire system out, the average person should be able to take action on what we've put out there and get their first check in the longest period, a 90-day period. Obviously, if you sit on your couch and do nothing, that won't happen. But if you follow the plan and work the plan, then you should be able to get some cash coming in within the first 90 days.
Right. I think if you just follow the steps, it's very possible to get your first deal done within 30 days. But most people will not take action quickly. So we're actually going to bribe you to take action quickly.
Exactly.
All right. So here's what you do. You enroll, and you simply watch 2 90-minute training videos. We'll walk you through the entire process. Then take your document on the best practices for wholesaling and apply those best practices. Just follow the steps. Then follow the buying checklist. It'll remind you of all the things you could be doing or should be doing to buy a house, to buy, which means getting a deal accepted. Okay. And then follow the marketing checklist, and that would be to help you both, locate deals as well as locate your buyers. Then attend a monthly call. So we have a mastermind group call each month that we suggest that you take advantage of. It's an interactive call. It's something you can listen to a replay on, but we suggest that you join us to share your successes, let us know of any challenges, and then hear about the successes and challenges of others. And we've done this for many, many years. We used to call these peer group calls, right, Courtney?
Yeah, and they one of my favorite calls ever when I was a coaching student.
Right. So, that we know that is very helpful. People love that. So it's simply one call to get on each month. So it's not a big time commitment, all right? Now, we do record the calls, and we'll build up a library so you can tap into past calls, but we ask you to be on that call each month, all right, if you can. And then check in with your coach. You're gonna have your own personal coach. You're gonna have a personal coaching session each month, and so each month you'll have one brief call with your coach, and then email for answers. Okay, so there's a number of ways we'll talk about how to get answers to your questions. Most of it's going to be right on your member site, everything right there on your member site with the training videos and the tools and the checklists and the scripts, okay? But then, as we know, once you get started, you're going to learn what you don't know. And you're going to have enough to get started, but as soon as you get started in anything, you start learning what you don't know, right, Courtney? Like, you don't have the question until you get into action.
Right, because you don't know exactly what you don't know. So when you start doing it, then you go, oh, wait a minute, what about this or what about that? And that's where your experienced coach is going to come in handy. Our coaches are not people who are just reading from a telemarketing script and telling you what it says here in the script type of thing. Each of us has done hundreds of wholesaling deals, so we know how to walk you through it and give you the information that you're going to need to be able to move to the next step.
And if you're wondering what you need to do in order to get your next wholesale done completed and collect that, $5,000, $10,000, this is it. Watch 2 videos, apply the best practices, follow your checklist, attend the monthly call, check in with your coach, and then let us know what questions you have. You have unlimited email support. It's as simple as this. Now, of course, if you were doing it on your own, you might get tripped up along the way because you didn't have the answers and the ongoing support. Okay.
Yes. So, Richard, some of the things I'm thinking, we're making, and we're explaining to them that it's simple. So some of them might be thinking, well, then what do I need coaching or support for? And, some of the things, just to give you guys an idea of what people would need support on, is confirming the comps that they've looked at. So they might have an offer that's ready to go, but there's that fear of making that initial offer. Am I paying too much for this house? So your coach can come in handy to help with that, is to make sure and give you confirmation that you've done all the homework you need to do to make sure you're not overpaying for that house, and because that'll cause you to not be able to get it sold. And then on the flip side, when you're getting ready to sell it, obviously you want to maximize the money that you're going to sell it for, so we can help with that as well. And then of course there's things in the contract that you're going to want to have in there to protect yourself, and make sure that you put in there. So there's a lot of little things like that are things that we're going to be able to guide you along the way and make sure you understand, so that you don't make any mistakes, but that you can optimize the entire process to maximize your profits.
Right, and your support comes from a very experienced coaching team here at richardroop.com, and as well as you're going to be getting that mastermind group support as well. So again, people can go on their own and be successful, I believe. And but to ensure your success and to maximize your success, if it's basically free, right? If you're paying for some coaching support and you're making 10 or 20 times the cost, it's basically free. So let's talk about, okay, that's how to get started. Now the next thing would be how to do more deals. So once you get your first deal, once you get started, how do you do more deals? And we'd like to help you with that. But we're actually going to focus with your coach and with our support on getting your first deal as quickly as possible. Because again, that's a big motivator, and we know everything changes. People's beliefs change as soon as they get a deal done. And there's a certain amount of education and training and understanding that you need to get that first deal done. So once you've overcome that hump, it's very easy to go on to your next deal. So to do more deals, what I suggest is that you download and review the call replay. So if we're doing monthly mastermind calls with the group, if you're on the live call, go ahead and download it as an MP3 and listen to it later, because you might get some very good ideas and tips and answers the first time you listen to it, and then the next time you listen to it, you're like in a different spot, and you didn't even remember what was previously covered because it wasn't important to you at the time. Okay, so you don't have to do this, but this is a way to refine and expand your business. So download and review the call replays. Attend and review bonus training. So we're giving you everything you need to get started, but as we get feedback from the members, we'll go ahead and create some additional tools and training that we think would be of benefit to everybody, correct?
Yep.
So we'll go ahead and do the training with everybody, and then we'll go ahead and post library in your replay. We're not looking for you to have dozens of videos and audios have to go through. We want to make it simple. But there are certain things that are going to help you take your business to the next level or solve certain issues that everybody's having, and we'll go ahead and create that support for you along the way. Next would be to expand your marketing. So we're going to teach you a number of different ways to find these deals, and then when you're ready and you have the capacity to do more deals, then just expand your marketing, and then organize and work your buyers list. So again, like Courtney said, it's very easy to find a buyer, when you have a deal, but as you, each time you get a deal, even though you might have a buyer's list, I still like to advertise that deal to find more buyers. And so each deal that I get, I build my buyer's list. Is that a good practice, you think, Courtney?
Absolutely, that's what I do. I mean, it's always a good thing to get more buyers on your list because it helps you know what houses to go after. If you've got a 3-bedroom, 2-bath in this particular little zip code area, and you get a lot of buyers interested in that, then you've built that buyers list up. Now you know that's where you want to target some marketing to go find another deal.
Yeah, every once in a while you might have a buyer who kind of backs out of the deal. Hey, no problem. You got people waiting in line. Hey, I got a deal, someone takes it, someone calls you and say, hey, I want that deal, and you say, yeah, I'm sorry, it's already taken. I'll give you a call if anything changes, right? And sometimes things change. So having multiple buyers and organizing your buyers so you can easily email them, call them, contact them, it will allow you to do more deals and more profitable deals, okay? And then the next way to expand your business is just follow up on the sellers you already talked to, okay? Not every seller is going to say yes. In fact, most of them are going to say no. But we know, Courtney, they think they have better options, right? And they might have the time to check out their other options, but their other options don't always work out, isn't that right?
That's correct, and then that's when we're right there to take care of their problems.
And they're going to forget about you, and they forgot they have a eager and willing buyer already when they think they're going to go do something else. And when that something else doesn't work out, they may forget about you or call you, but it's really your job to have a systematic way of following up on those sellers to check in and see how that other option is going, and we'll help you with that. It's pretty simple. And then the next step is to outsource and delegate whatever you don't want to do. So you can do everything, okay? And you don't have to get any help whatsoever. But there are going to be certain things that you love to do, that you want to do, and there are other things that you can easily let someone else do for you, right? And you can either outsource it or delegate it. You don't have to hire employees or anything like that. But having, once you're making good money, hiring an assistant will just, and help will just make you more. So that's my idea, Courtney, on how to get started and then how to do more deals. Is that?
I love it. Yep. I particularly like the outsourcing and delegating part.
Of course.
Well, and the reality of it is this business is very easy to outsource and delegate because, with the technology that is out there in the world today, you can really do this business without ever having to even go see the house. So you can do wholesaling in other areas if you want to, or you can, outsource and delegate most of it. So it's really a great business model for that.
It's actually possible to do wholesaling without ever talking to a seller or a buyer. It is possible. We don't recommend it because it'd be leaving too much money on the table, but it is possible to do that. All right. But if you're afraid to talk to buyers or sellers, we need to fix that part. But,
all right.
Because it is typically required, but this is such a simple process. You could actually. There are people that send out 200 contracts automated systems send out 200 contracts. They get one accepted, right? And then they send it out to a buyer's list and someone jumps on it. You could do it that way, but we don't recommend it. All right. So how to get answers. All right. So we're going to be with the Fast Track to Cash membership program. We want to provide you with the answers you need and help you get started and help you succeed. So first thing is you're going to be learning while you're earning, okay? So So you don't have to have all the answers to get started. Again, another number one reason people don't get started is because they don't think they have all the answers. You don't need all the answers if you have the support that we're offering. You can go ahead and get started. Okay. We're going to give you training and a replay library to tap into to get the answers to your questions. We're going to have that monthly mastermind group call. We're going to have the monthly coaching call with your coach. We're going to give you access to our weekly drop-in Q&A call. This is kind of special, you know, for people who first get started. We might not be offering this later. Anything that you are promised in this program and you enroll now, you'll be grandfathered in. So if we raise the price or if we pull a benefit away, because you know, the price doesn't really justify the cost of doing that, but you'll be grandfathered in. Okay. So and then unlimited email support. So you have all these different ways to get answers, and if all else fails, you have unlimited email support. Aren't we in business, Courtney, to answer questions and solve issues that folks are having that is preventing them from achieving their goals? Isn't that what we're in business for?
Yeah, and honestly, nobody does it better. I mean, just to toot our own horn, but I mean, you know, our coaches and you, I've never met a group of people who care more about helping people achieve success and really walking them through everything that they need and being there along the way and sharing in their successes and everything. So yeah, I mean, all of us, the reason we do this is because we're giving back from what we've learned, and we want people to have better experiences and shorten that learning time and experience what we've had. So it's very personal for all of us.
You know, and it's like, why would you offer unlimited email support? Well, number one, we know that most everything you need is already on your member site. Okay,
right.
And we've already given it to you. Okay, and if you don't know where the answer is, we want to answer it or show you where it's at. Okay, and if there's something missing, we want to know, because we're really dedicated to your success. So if there's anything that's preventing you from being successful, or if you have a problem or an issue or anything that comes up, we really want to answer that. And if hey Courtney, if we get 3 or 4 emails about the same topic, what are we going to do?
We're going to create a training video and make sure they know how to do it in the future.
And then that's going to eliminate 3 or 4 emails next week.
Yep.
Or next month. Yep. So we're dedicated to that, and I know that other programs might offer a bunch of email support and all that, but this is real support, and it really is unlimited, and that's why. So you need to know why. Okay. So it's very simple. In your program, on your member site, we're going to give you access to 2 quick start videos taking you through the process. Wholesaling 101, crash course in generating fast cash, and then how to flip deals for fast cash, the 7 steps to, getting your first $10,000 check, from Wholesale. Okay. I think, Courtney, you said that if there was anything, if you needed $10,000, this is the 7 steps that you would do.
Yeah, I think that's what I titled it, was basically, if I needed $10,000 in the next 30 days, this is exactly what I would do. Copy this and go make some money.
Exactly. All right. So that's very easy to consume and go through, and then, of course, you can always review those. Okay. And then you can also download the slides and read through the slides if you want, and download the audios, I believe. So, and then, besides the basic training, then you need tools. Okay, so we're going to give you the paperwork to buy, sell, and assign deals. Okay, we're going to give you a call handling sheet, so that when you're talking with sellers, you're getting the right information you need in order to put together an offer for them. Okay, and determine the value and determine what you can, flip it for. Okay, and the cost of repairs and all that. Very simple. And then a detailed question sheet for your cash buyer. So, Courtney, you mentioned it earlier. You want to know what your buyers are looking for, and that's also going to help you determine what the property you might be going after, right?
Absolutely. I mean, it's one of my favorite things to do nowadays is to know that in advance, because then I can buy with confidence. I know I have 10 people looking for this specific type home in this specific area, and I'm going to market the heck out of that area because I know I got 10 people that are going to be looking for that property.
Now, you can flip these deals to owner-occupants, someone who's going to move into the house, but we're actually setting it up so we can offer a great deal to another investor, okay? And we're going to leave some money on the table for them, and then we'll have no trouble flipping that. If we actually find someone else who's willing to pay more than an investor, then we just make extra money. That's actually bonus profits right there. So when you do your marketing, on a great deal, you should be doing a two-pronged approach, for people looking for great deals, as for their new home, as well as your wholesale buyers, your investor buyers. Okay, so when you talk to investor buyers, cash buyers, you want to know where their cash is coming from. Is it available? Are they using money partners? How quickly can they close? Have they done this before? The more you know about them, the better. And again, what they're looking for. And then objection handling scripts. So when you're talking with sellers and you make an offer and they come up with some type of objection, it's kind of nice to know and expect what you're going to hear, because we know what they're going to hear, don't we?
Yep.
We know all. There's only so many things the seller can bring up, and if you know how to handle it, then you're going to have a lot more confidence and you're going to get more deals done. So we're going to share that with you. So those are kind of the tools. Besides the videos, you need those tools, and that, again, just enough to get you started and rolling. And then coaching calls. All right. So every a month, you're going to have a call with your coach, a trained, experienced real estate investor and coach. They've been trained in real estate as well as coaching, performance coaching. There's a science behind performance coaching, getting people to actually take action and be successful, as well as they're very experienced real estate investors with tons of deals under their belt. Okay, so it's not like some coaching outfit in Utah that is following a script. Okay, so that's your monthly call. You'll have a regular call with the coach, and then you can drop in each week on our bonus call and ask questions. It doesn't require an appointment, and you can listen to other people ask questions, but you should be on that call live if you have any questions that come up during the week. You can always do the email support, but you can just drop in on that Q&A call and get some answers. All right, and then so both of these, the weekly calls and the calls with your coach, are to help answer the questions, issues, give you the ideas and the training you need, more clarification on. So that's part of your support. Now, we also have, like I said, we have that monthly mastermind call. And we recommend you be on that live. It's not required. And that's with others who are doing exactly what you're doing. So even if you're shy about asking a question, someone else might be asking questions for you because they have the same issue. And it's kind of nice to get those answers. And if someone doesn't ask the question, you should jump in and ask the question. Okay? And then when you're successful, you'll hear other people how they found the deal, how they negotiated the deal, how they flipped the deal, how they collected their paycheck, and those can be very instructive and as well as motivational. So hearing the mechanics of how someone else would successfully close the deal, that's pretty useful, isn't it, Courtney? To hear and also be able to ask questions about it as well, right?
Oh, it's amazing, and it's just it's great to hear other people and how they're doing it, and everybody puts their own flair on the business. So it's really a dynamic thing to be able to learn from somebody else that may be across the country that's doing things just a little bit different than you, and maybe opens your eyes to a way you hadn't thought about doing things.
Right, and then when you are sharing your success, what I find when you do that is it really drives it home for you, okay? And you come to realize, wow, I did pretty darn good. I'm going to do that again,
Right.
So it anchors it for you, and that's why we do it. We understand that because the psychology behind these mastermind calls, and that's why we're doing it. So these calls will be recorded, and they will be available online if you can't make them live. All right, and then again, we already talked about the email support, unlimited email support from the coaches, and you just basically go to your support site, contact the coach, email your question, and we're there to support you on that. Okay. All right. Okay, and then besides that, we're going to provide ongoing training updates. Like I said, if a certain topic comes up, and there's a number questions on it or something that we think is going to take your business to the next level, we'll do a new webinar. You'll be able to participate in that as a member, and then you'll also be able to access the replay. Okay. And then we have got some bonuses. Right now, this may change later, but right now, what we're doing for folks is we are giving access as free bonus number one, enrollment into $1 Million postcards. You know, a number of people, you know, most people, they sign up for that and they pay a one-time setup fee of $4.97. We're going to waive that fee, and we're going to give you access to our done-for-you postcard mailing service. And that gives you actually access to the Magic Bullet postcard that we mail to free and clear. But it's also, for this, is we have a new Magic Bullet postcard that we can mail for you, which is designed about offering the benefits of what you can do for a seller as a wholesale buyer. And so it's a little bit different. It's very similar because it's a very successful tool. But there's a few changes that we make because basically you're going to be offering, you know, a quick cash sale of their property, and that's what we're going to focus in on. We also have some recommended lists, some new lists that you would mail to if you're focusing in on finding wholesale deals, and then we will print and mail the postcard for you. We'll set up an account for you. You can access your own account, but we'll actually set up the card for you, which there's a lot of brain damage involved in doing that. We'll make it easy. We'll do that for you, and then we can mail postcards whenever you want, as many as you want, to find these deals. And we just charge you per card, and then each time you do a drop or schedule a mailing, there's a $35 fee. So you just pay, there's no setup fee, you just pay for the cost of the postcard. All right. And then bonus number two is right now for the first 10 new members, we have a few VIP members that we let in, but for the first 10 new members, we're going to, Courtney, you put this together. I want to go ahead and explain what these bonuses are.
Yeah, sure. So we have a list of vacant houses across the country, and we have a very limited access to them. And of course, we don't want to give the same ones to the same people. So for the first 10 people, we're going to give them a list of 500 vacant houses that are in their area, in whatever your preferred area is. So if you want to invest in a certain zip code in San Diego, but you live in Wyoming, that's fine too. So we're going to give you a list of vacant houses, and we found that in testing that list, it's about 70% accurate. So obviously, what a house that may be vacant today won't be vacant tomorrow. I mean, people are constantly coming and going, but it's a current list. It's a list that I can pull on a regular basis. I pull it daily. And we're going to give you 500 of those. And then same thing with the cash buyers. So you're going to get a list of 500 cash buyers in your area that match that vacant house list, presumably, so that you can market to them if you're interested in it, and reach out to them and let them know what you have, and hopefully start to develop a relationship with those cash buyers. So most likely those are people who are investing in your area and buying properties for cash.
Right. So obviously, if you imagine, you know, if you hired someone to drive around town and make you a list of vacant houses, that would be a very valuable list. Okay, so of course, if you're looking to do wholesale deals, you know, targeting vacant houses is ideal, but sometimes it's very hard to do that. So we have found a source for that, and then as well as cash buyers, we're going to teach you a number of ways, you know, to build your cash buyers list and find cash buyers. But we have a resource that we'll share with you and give you a list of cash buyers to market to. So we really want to do whatever we can to get you jump started, but there's going to be a lot more ways, you know, to find the buyers and sellers that you need. Okay. Now this program, Fast Track to Cash, is, like I said, a membership program, and if you enroll in it, it's $497 a month, and there's no commitment. So you can sign up for $497. Try it out for a month. You'll have everything you need, and then if you don't want the ongoing support, you cancel it. Okay? So again, you'll get the quick start videos and the program tools that you need. I put a value on that for $797, because if we, you know, published a home study course and on its own, that would be a normal price for that with everything in it. The coach in the past, we have charged between $9.97 a month and $11.97 a month for coaching, which includes all the type of support you're going to get with this program. So every month you're going to get the coaching call with your coach, the mastermind peer group call, the unlimited email support, the updates, and the online members library access. That in the past, that is normally would have cost you $997 a month, up to $1197 a month. And you're going to get that type of support with this program for $497. The $1 Million postcards, you're going to save about $500 because we're going to give you enrollment into that. Start using that program for both free and clear properties as well as wholesaling properties and any other type of postcards that you want to mail. And then we're going to give you as a bonus those free marketing lists for vacant houses and cash buyers. So if you enroll now, that's what you get. And so if you want to get started, you'd go to richardroop.com/fastcash. Or give us a call at 1-800-557-3171, extension 109. You'd be enrolling in the Fast Track to Cash monthly membership. You can enroll online or by phone. You'll get immediate access, and again, you can cancel anytime. So, that alone should be pretty exciting for folks, wouldn't you say, Courtney?
I would think. I mean, if they like money and they want to make some money.
Well, we put a lot of thought and effort into this program. We've actually probably been working on preparing to announce it for about 6 to 12 months. We've been putting together the tools. We've actually been providing the support already to our existing coaching clients on a limited basis. Now, this is much more organized. In fact, there's a couple ways to get this program for free. All right. Now, the one way, which our joint venture partners probably don't know about, is this is actually a free bonus with the if you're enrolled as a joint venture partner. We are now providing this additional support that you're not already getting as part of that membership program. So if you're a JV partner, good news, this is free for you. Okay. And if you ever joined as a JV partner, you would be getting this support. But a lot of people actually, one of the reasons we put this together, Courtney, is some people want to raise some cash so they can get into that program.
Right.
And so we thought, what's the best way to help people raise money? Wholesaling, okay? Teaching what we know and supporting it every step of the way. Now, we want to bribe you for taking fast action. So I came up with this today, Courtney. I know you saw it, but we never talked about it. We want to encourage you to go through your program and flip a deal within 60 days. Like we said, if you really worked it, you could do a deal within 30 days if you took immediate action. That's possible. But we would like you to do your next deal within 60 days. And if you do that, we want you to submit proof that we can share with the other members, again, as a motivator, okay, to help get other people get into action. And then we would like you to share the details of that success either in writing or on the group call, okay? And if you do that, you're going to get your next month for free, okay? So it's $497 a month. So if you get your next month for free, you're going to save $497, get everything you would get as if you paid the membership fee. And then here's my suggestion, Courtney. I think if someone can get a deal done within 30 to 60 days, they've gotten to the point where they could probably, if they just continue to do what they've done, they could do another deal, at least one deal each month after that. It really depends on the individual, right? So here, if I was joining this program, this would be my goal. Get my first deal done within 60 days, and then do another deal each month after that, submitting proof and getting each month for free, okay? Now, why would we do that for you? Because you're going to be an advocate for the program. You're going to be helping other folks succeed and stay in the program, okay? And we want you to be in the program as long as you want. We think that there should be more value than you're paying for, okay? You should be making a lot more money than, the $497 a month just working the program. And, if you don't do a deal within 60 days, you don't really get to take advantage of this bribe. Because this bribe is to get your deal done within the first 60 days, and then if you do that, then you would qualify for submitting additional deals, an additional deal the next month, and then as long as you're consistently doing deals, you can do this for as long as you want and get a free month every month. But if you skip a month, the deal's over. Does that make sense, Courtney? I wanted to explain that a little bit.
It makes sense, and it's way more than fair. I always count on you to give away the farm at the end of the webinar.
Well, again, I do have my reasons. Again, I kind of explain my reasons.
I know, yeah. It's good. It's all good.
All right. Okay, I know. I'm sorry. All right. So if you did that, you could just, the whole program could be free for you. So, all right. If you have any questions about what we covered on this, feel free to contact us through richardroop.com. You can email me directly if you like at feedback@richardroop.com if you have questions about what we covered here today. And you can also call Dean at 1-800-557-3171, extension 109. All right, so we'd like to get your feedback or any questions about this. So, fast track to cash. If you want to get started today, you would go to richardroop.com/fastcash or give us a call. Go online, either way. And then once you enroll, check your email. And the email is going to tell you, okay, here's how to access the membership site. Okay, so you're going to set up a username and a password. And if you are already one of our members at a different level, it will tell you what to do to upgrade your membership or add this membership to your current membership access. So you don't have to have a new username and password. So that's kind of cool. So just check your email after you enroll, set up your access, and get in there, and you can get started right away. All right. So I think that, now what did I not cover there, Courtney?
The only thing that there's been a lot of questions about, which is the marketing costs. So several questions on how much do you have to spend on marketing to get a deal. And, I've been answering these as we've been talking, and I've told people, marketing for wholesale deals in today's technological world, you can do with really no money if you want. Obviously, then you're going to spend the time. So if you want to do social media as your way to find buyers and sellers, you can do that. It takes a lot of time, and you're probably not going to do a ton of deals. But if your goal is simply just to get, like, say, one deal at $10,000 a year, or maybe every 6 months, you can do that. On average, for a minimum, I find that there's a 7-to-1 return for wholesaling if you're spending marketing dollars. So if you spend $1,000, you're probably going to make a minimum of $7,000 on that back. My average is more like about 13-to-1, so that's what I'm running right now, but I'm also running almost a complete virtual business where I don't really do anything. We have a virtual assistant that does 99.5% of everything. So I think the numbers would be a little higher if I were more personally involved. So it's, everybody's situation's a little different. Depending on how much money you want to make each month will determine what that marketing budget needs to look like. And there's ways that we can help you kind of do it to get started even without a lot of marketing money, but obviously then you're going to put the time in. So if you have the time, great.
Yeah, it's really time versus money. So that's
right.
What's great about this is anybody can get started, because most people are wasting their time doing something where they could actually be making money wholesaling. Okay?
Right.
So if you find some time to dedicate to this, you can find deals just following the different steps that we give you that don't require any money. Okay? But then we're going to say, okay, here's some ways you can market yourself, spend some money, and leverage your time. Okay, and of course, as soon as you're, collecting checks, you're going to. I always use the example, Courtney. If I drop $20, okay, and I lost it, I can get another $20. Okay, but if I wasted 10 minutes, I can't get that 10 minutes back.
Right.
So the time is more valuable. Okay, but you might have more time than money. So that's how you do it, and you can certainly do it that way. In fact, we recommend you do it that way. But look at what are the opportunities for a marketing plan and a marketing budget, and just budget as much as you can, $100, $200, $500, whatever you want to do each month is at the leads coming to you, because finding deals is going out and finding the deals, okay? That's an outbound effort. Marketing is typically an inbound flux. So what I love about marketing, and everybody knows I'm a marketing guy, is it forces you to make money. Okay, marketing forces you to do deals. It forces you to talk to prospects, and sellers, and buyers, because they're calling you. They're contacting you. Okay, so yes, time versus money. It doesn't take a lot of money in marketing if you want to just start with the marketing.
Right. This is by far the easiest business model, and particularly in generating cash. I mean, I always joke about this, that I feel like I get paid to autograph paper. So it's like I sign a contract to purchase, and then I sign a contract to assign or to double close, and I make money. So it's sort of the joke that we use around here. So I get signed to autograph stuff. I'm just like a sports star.
It's like printing money out of your printer and then getting paid for your autograph. Guys.
Right. Yeah. It's so much fun. Yeah. Cool.
All right. Well, I think we don't have to make it more complicated. It's pretty much that simple.
Yep.
So any final words and suggestions for people thinking about this?
No, we'd love to work with you. We want to help those of you who need to make some fast cash, and we're here to work with you and get you through the process. We have all the training that you need. The coaches and Richard will be there to support you along the way. We have all the tools available for you, and we're going to help you to be able to get through this. And really, like I said on the onset, 90 days is an extremely long time to not get your first deal. So that's why we made the offer at 60 days. And really, if you're following the steps, 30 days should be more in line with what you should achieve. So we're hoping to work with you and help you, and we look forward to it.
Yep. All right. Well, again, I'm pretty excited about this new program and looking forward to working with you guys. So go online and learn more, and go ahead and you can enroll online or give us a call. Go to richardgroup.com/fastcash, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks, Courtney.
Right. Thank you.
All right.